The Indonesian Parrot Project, alongside Conservasi Cockatoo Indonesia, has been working on Masa Kambing Island since 2008 with the local stakeholders to protect and conserve the Abadi cockatoo. Through legislation, education, restoration of habitat, and an archipelago-wide conservation and pride program, major achievements have been made. This critically endangered cockatoo currently has a total population of 20 individuals, and in 1994 there were only 5 left in the wild. In early 2013, a fledgling chick fell out of the nest and was rescued by a local man. This is a cell phone photo of the king and the man who rescued the fledgling Abadi parrot. The king is on the right. In November 2013, an active nest tree fell to the ground and crashed into a mangrove swamp. A chick fell from the nest into the swamp. He was only about 6 weeks old and was too little to find his parents or fly. The village decided to name the bird Anak Barani, which means brave young child. In December of 2013, Dudi Nandika and Dwi Agustina visited Masa Kambing to check on Anak, take photos, do another census, bring supplies, and help the local people craft some homemade baby food. The entire island was so excited that Anak had been saved. In April 2014, I visited Masa Kambing on behalf of the Indonesian Parrot Project to check on Anak, bring hand-feeding supplies, vitamins, and food from the U.S., visit the local schools, meet with the king, and teach the local people about avian anatomy, hand-feeding, and basic avian medical care. So the second day on the island, we traveled to Samsu's home to visit Anak Barani, and we were shocked at what we found. Anak was near death. He was dirty, starving, dehydrated, in a small cage hanging directly in the sun with no food or water. He barely had enough strength to perch. We knew we were not leaving without him. So the escape by motorbike began. Dwi tried to carry the cage, but it was too awkward, not safe, and we had a long drive through the forest. We turned Anak's cage into a birdie backpack and lashed him onto Dwi. The trip was successful. We arrived at our homestay and I attended to Anak with water and food. He was so weak he could only eat tiny amounts of watery formula, about 1 cc at a time, had no feeding response, and his droppings looked like dried yellow rice. We were all praying that he would survive. We put him back in the cage on a soft towel to rest. After Anak's nap, I held a class for the local women and teachers in the village on how to care for chicks and created an emergency plan in case future chicks would fall from nests. They were great students. Although Anak was almost 8 months old, he only weighed about 100 grams and would have to be fed every 2 hours around the clock until he could eat more. When we returned, we built a cage using locally available materials and included a box padded with towels for Anak to sleep in. It's October now, and Anak will be 1 year old. He has gained some weight and is cared for lovingly by Ibu Anju and other women in the village. He still can't eat on his own or fly, but he's a happy little cockatoo. What's really cool is that the Abadi cockatoos roost every night right by the house, so at least he can hear and see his family. He's trying forest foods, but still mostly plays with them. Anak Barani has become a symbol of the Abadi cockatoos, and his strength, fight to survive, and gentle nature has touched hearts around the world. We will get updates every month or so and photos from Ibu Anju's cell phone. Please visit our Facebook page or website at www.indonesian-parrot-project.org. Any donation you can make, large or small, will go directly to Project Abadi and for Anak Barani or any other chicks that need rescue or care. The Indonesian Parrot Project is a 501c3 nonprofit organization.